Hey guys, it's Jen over at jenscrappypages.blogspot.com, and this is today's card. This was a card that my Coffee in a Card and Cocktail in a Card class made back in March, but I used the coordinating papers that were in the Celebration catalog. So I decided to go ahead and redo it in the Cupcakes and Carousels. So let's get to the supplies. The Bermuda Bay enamel shapes. I have a hard time remembering Bermuda Bay. I don't know why. And then the Lift Me Up stamp set. The Up and Away Thinlits dies. And then I use the layering circles and the stitched shapes framelits. And I just used the scalloped one from these. And then for ink, I used Soft Sky, So Saffron, and Bermuda Bay. And yeah, it's from the Paper Pumpkin, so I need to buy a full stamp pad for that. And then I did use Wink Estella on the balloons. For cardstock, I used the Bermuda Bay. It's a 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5. And then Early Espresso 4 by 5 1/4, and you'll need a 2 3/4 inch square to cut out the scallop circle. Calypso Coral is 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. So Saffron 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. And then you'll need Very Vanilla 3 by 3 3/4. You'll need a scrap to stamp on your balloons, and then a 2.5 inch square to cut out your stitched circle. And the DSP is a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I just wanted a little tiny hint of that Early Espresso to come around the back side of that. And then I thought I'd show you this. I went ahead and made another one, and I just used this really cute dotted paper. So a lot of the papers in this pack would look super cute with this. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up our balloons. And I went ahead this time and I cut out my circles ahead of time just to kind of save a little bit on time, because I'm usually a little long-winded or wordy, or I talk a lot. And so I thought, well, maybe if I cut a few things out ahead of time, that would make my videos not as long. So I'm kind of trying to work on that. And then we're going to use the So Saffron to ink up our smaller balloon. So let's grab out the Big Shot and, oops. All right, let's see. Put this up here, and these dies go perfectly on top of here. So that's going to go about here-ish. And then the smaller balloon is going to go there. And hopefully I can put this on, and it works. It's the day that I've had. Oh my goodness. All right, so here are our balloons, and let's go ahead and we're going to use the Soft Sky to stamp on our clouds. Let me get my card back here in the picture. That way I kind of know what I'm doing too. So we're going to put a cloud up there, and then we're going to put one kind of down here towards the bottom, because this is going to be covered up. So we're just going to put a couple of clouds on there. And everything else then is going to get just assembled. It's going to get layered all on top of each other. So I'm just going to fold this at 4 1/4. And then we're going to stick on our Early Espresso. That was kind of a hot mess right there of tape. All right, that's going to go just here on this card base. And then our DSP, the Cupcakes and Carousels, which is retiring. So if you like this, You might want to check it out on the website, because a lot of things, and I know I've mentioned this before, but a lot of things are going fast that are retiring. So it's just a really pretty set. I really love the colors that they chose, and the patterns and everything in here. Just really kind of bright and cheery, which is kind of my style. So, all right, that's gonna go there. And this card is just kind of a fun layered card, and each layer has its own place and its own, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Its own place on the card, so that'll go there. And then for the So Saffron, we're gonna go ahead and make our border. I did go ahead and break down and buy the triple banner punch, which I probably could use for this, but you know, old habits die young. So I'm just gonna line this up to center this 3/4 inch piece, and I'm just coming down 1/4 inch on here. And this way I have a little bit more control over making sure that that it's completely centered in the banner. So maybe maybe I'm a control freak, I don't know. But I usually have pretty good luck with making sure this is lined up perfectly by doing it that way. So creature of habit, I guess. So then that's gonna get just adhered to probably, I'd say maybe 1/2 inch or so, between 1/2 and 1/4 inch above your Calypso coral, and that's just going to go centered on there. And then we're going to layer all of our circles on here. This tape runner is just fighting me today. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with it. Let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. I'm just going to use 3 on here. Bring these all back in the screen. You know, I have just this certain space right here that I'm working on underneath of the camera, and I feel like something, you know, like, I don't know about you guys, but my space is a lot larger than I probably need, because I end up putting stuff all over the place. So when it's kind of condensed down into the front of the camera, it feels like I have just this limited amount of space that I'm working with, and so things get pushed out of the way. And I suppose I probably don't need 3 on here. So I'm just gonna pop this up. And these are Stampin' Dimensionals that came with one of my paper pumpkins that I didn't make all of the cards to. So I thought, well, I'll just pull those out and use them for, you know, just to use them. So that's why the container looks a little bit different. We're just going to use one of these. And that's going to go kind of down here. And yes, I have forgotten my sentiment, but it should be okay, because I'm going to bring this up here a little bit. And that's going to get stamped out in Early Espresso. I may or may not have forgotten to list that in my... Oh, did I mention this is like my 4th take on this video? So I even had one where I had the card almost completely made. Well, maybe not completely, but halfway done. And I ended up just stopping it and starting it all over again. Oh, okay. So that's that. Wink of Stella. Let's grab that out. And I did put the Wink of Stella on the clouds, because, you know, clouds are sparkly, right? And then over here, I just like the shimmer that it gives. Everything looks better with a little bit of sparkle, don't you think? I don't know, maybe that's just me. And then I did come in here and I kind of ran the Wink of Stella on my balloons, just here in the center. And I know I have mentioned this before, but this will kind of pick up some of the ink of the, you know, whatever you stamped with. So before you switch over to a new color, just make sure that you kind of wipe off on a surface, which you can't see that I'm actually wiping off on my board. And then I just came over in here and kind of gave a little bit of a wink of Stella just in these areas here on this balloon. Wherever you want. You can even do the whole entire balloon if you would like. Just kind of personal preference, or you can leave it completely off. That is up to you. Alright, and then last but not least, if I can find where I threw my enamel shapes. I have a bad habit of throwing them out once I yeah. So I'm almost out of these little circles, and I did use 3. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Maybe I'll just throw on some stars, because stars and clouds, do they look okay together? I think I'll put just maybe a few down here. Maybe just do my little triangle thingy with the stars. I love these enamel shapes. I use them a lot, and so that would be why I'm missing quite a few of them. So I'll just kind of put that up there like that. And that, you know what, I like that it still kind of fills in the area, and you don't have to use anything in there. It does look fine, or you can even put a few sparkles in. So that's the card. And yeah, that's it. Looks like this one I kind of did a open one this way, and this one I did this way. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too scattered for you. If you would like, I'll have directions on my blog, jenscrappypages.blogspot.com. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye.